games, including a no-hitter. Where does this kind of...
Yeah, that's this one's high up there. Probably, I mean, the no-hitter, the almost no-hitter, and this one are probably top three.
It seemed like you were everything today. No walks.
Yeah, just attacking the strike zone, mixing it up, and relying on my defense, really.
You've had like really good 6 innings. Like, when did you go like today? All right, I'm gonna go as long as.
I remember looking up. I think through 6 or 7, and the pitch count was reasonable. And I went to Ruben. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get through the 8th and 9th today." And he said, "Hey, just take it one at a time." I said, "All right." But I felt, when you get through 6 with a low pitch count, it's very easy to dream about going further.
I feel like they were jumping on you early. They didn't want to see late count.
Yeah, they're. I think just in general, they're an aggressive team. They're very talented and they get their swings off. So if you can put the ball in a good spot, you can get them to get themselves out, and that's the name of the game.
Are these games starting to feel like ratcheted up? Not in importance because they're all the same, but just in terms of the feel of them, the vibe of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that started weeks ago. Yeah.
Let's put up that 0 and then see your team go back to back to back. How much fun was that?
That was awesome. I mean, talk about kind of getting some breathing room right there. It was pretty amazing.
Did you know you're going back out in the 9th after they did that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, walking off the field after the 8th, I looked at them and they kind of gave me the nod, like, go for it,
Starting pitching has really been outstanding, especially as of late. How much are you guys feeding off each other and just pushing each other?
Yeah, I think just, we know it has to be done if we want to make it to the next level, and we all want that. So we're all locked in right now. We're putting in a lot of effort, and, we're doing it as a team, which is the only way to do it and the most fun part about it.
Today being like your last regular season start at Petco Park, how do you put into perspective just what it's been like pitching for you here this season?
Yeah, it's been great. There's been some ups and downs, but for the most part, I feel like I've learned a lot. I've really enjoyed my time with this organization, and getting to watch this talent go to the field every day and play has been a blast.
Mike, how good was Dylan from your perspective?
He's dominant. He was outstanding. Controlled counts. Just a ton of life to everything. Ball was jumping. Top part of the zone. Life everywhere with his heater. Slider was filthy. Threw some curveballs that also kept him honest. I'm glad to see him show that. But he was in control the whole way.
Your starting pitching seems to be rounding as you're getting close to the postseason. To have that version of Dylan, that version of you, that version of Joe, Michael, what does that mean?
A lot. It starts with the horses at the beginning of the game. Starts with, pun intended, starts with the starters. The whole group's been tremendous. Where to start? We'll start with Dylan today. He's been fantastic. Joe's been terrific. Michael threw the ball tremendously well last night. You've been really good the last 2 times out, and it looks like vintage Yu Darvish and Martin Perez on the ball outstanding as well. So those guys have been outstanding, been able to get efficient work, keep them at bay, get deeper into games. We haven't had to use as much of the bullpen. So, they've been tremendous.
Now that the series is over, because I know that it's every opponent kind of the same, but the atmosphere, the quality of the opponent, like a victory, series victory over the Astros, what does that say about your team?
I understand the question completely. Again, I respect our opponents. They're a good club, clearly. They're leading their division. But it's really about how we play and not near as much about who we play. So we welcome the challenge to play against every team that we get the opportunity to show up with every night.
Did it feel like, though, just generally speaking, it kind of ticked up a notch and it might have been like the atmosphere could have been?
Yeah, you can't ignore the atmosphere. I understand, Ace's question is a valid one, and, you follow up with another. Clearly the atmosphere is important. And it was playoff caliber, that's for sure. All 3 games, nip and tuck. But, we normalized how we play, so it really doesn't matter the environment. We're going to play our game. Opponent, environment, day, night, hot, cold. We're going to play our game. We're going to play efficiently, and we're going to play, clearly to win.
I know Dylan threw a no-hitter, but considering how efficient he was and the type of hitters he was facing today, is there any chance he might have been even better today from your perspective?
I think that's fair. I think it's hard to say, right? He throws a no-hitter and to say he was better, but, Dylan Cease is pretty special talent and was able to throw it really well. Hayward was able to, get his swing off and found a hole. Otherwise, I was sitting there going, I was making, as you go through, boom, every 3 batters, I'm in the inning, and I was like, I want to make sure that I have enough room for the next time this comes up, and the 3rd batter makes the last out, so I can still read my handwriting on my card. About the 4th, I started thinking about that and doing it. He was fantastic. Yeah,
the back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, let's talk about it. Yeah, let's don't ignore it.
What did you think about that moment? And it's first Tatis, then Machado, then Solano. Just
oh, it was fantastic. Like? It's really cool. Like Toddy goes up, bang. First swing, laser. Manny. I mean, what are you gonna say? Really kind of a tough pitch. Went down and got it. Just put a nice stroke on it. Back spun it out of here. The 2 homers today were big for him, and Solano being able to do it, was really pretty special. Let's not ignore Manny. I mean, he did it all today. That diving play in the first with Altuve, man, that was something special too. So he's doing it all.
Can you talk about what Manny has meant? Since, I mean, obviously he means a lot, but since the All-Star break, how he's been hitting and how he's been playing as of late?
Yeah, he's gotten to his groove, he's gotten his rhythm. He's showing everybody the player he is, and that's an elite player. He's I just love the fact he's going out, keeping it simple. He's in a good spot, just using the whole field. Doesn't feel like he's got to do it all, but he's clearly doing plenty. And but he's doing it on both sides of the ball, and he's doing the bases too. Like I said, the diving play today, and Altuve to lead off the game. When your best players, or one of your best players, we got a lot of good players, but you got a guy like Manny, who's a cornerstone of your club, going out and doing things like that defensively, and you watch him on the bases. And the other night he's looking to grab a bag, and he's always on point with the secondary. He's a good bit run the bases well. That elevates